Hello, nerds, and welcome back again to Nerd or Die. It's time for your new
toy review.
That's right, today we have a new toy review for you. It is another toy from NECA's Predator lines. It is their battle-armored Lost Predator from the Series 11 Predator line. I would like to just take a brief moment to talk about the packaging. It is your standard blister card packaging. The window here in front properly displays the figure with all of his accessories, and then you have a nice cutout over on the side there of the Predator 2 biomask. The back of the package is pretty standard as well. In the top right corner, you have a drawing or picture of the figure itself, as well as, again, the title, Battle Armored Lost Predator, from Predator 2 movie. He is one of the Predators that appear in the end of the film, the Lost Predator tribe. There's the bio, if you'd like to pause and read that for a second. And, of course, down at the bottom of the package is product placement for the rest of the line. And that is going to do it on the packaging. Let's crack it open and see what this guy looks like. Would you just take a second and look at this beast? This guy is awesome. Let's just go over a few of the details in his sculpt and design here. First of all, you'll notice that he has kind of a wet look on his skin. The paint that they used for this figure, this like a clear gloss I think they coated him in, really adds a nice sheen to his skin and makes his skin look reptilian in a way. Also, the way that they painted it with the speckles of green, yellow, and white does also give it a reptilian feel. But I'm talking about that nice little gloss or sheen that comes off his skin when it hits the light in the right way. They really nailed the paint on this figure. Let me stop for a second here and just apologize. This is pretty dark. I tried to increase the brightness without making it too staticky or adding too much noise in there. In the blacks, you can see a little sparkle if you look close enough. That I increased the brightness a lot. The figure just reads dark on this camera and the lighting that I use, so I apologize for that. I think you can still see most of the intricacies of the detail, however, and I do a couple close-up shots later on in this video, so you will be able to see a lot of the detail, I promise. But it is reading kind of dark right now, and I'm sorry for that. The next thing that I would like to point out about this figure clearly is the armor. I mean, this armor is, it's amazing, isn't it? Look at this guy. You know, from a faraway glance, he kind of looks like, a Transformer, I guess. Let's pretend you didn't know anything about Predators and you looked at this from afar. You would think, oh, that's a Transformer toy. I mean, because all the sharp angles on the armor, the way that it's just, the metal is protruding, kind of looks Transformer-ish, and that's not an insult in any way. This guy's badass. He is the Lost Predator from the Lost Tribe. We had an unmasked version. He came with a machete, but this now is the fully armored version of him. And this guy's awesome. This mask that they came up with, because he was unmasked in the movie, if I remember correctly. So I think they came up with this design on their own. I think NECA did. This is just amazing. This shoulder cannon, the way it's got like the spine going up it, they used real bone to build the shoulder cannon, or the Predators used real bone to build the shoulder cannon. All the intricacies up here in the design on the shoulder cannon, kind of like the gears. I mean, it's just, they did a knockout job with this figure. He kind of looks, space age and futuristic. Let me kind of explain that. I know that all the Predators are space age and futuristic in that their technology is light years ahead of ours. But what I'm saying is this guy goes above and beyond that and looks real futuristic, Like the next step or next evolution in the Predator chain is kind of how I feel when looking at this guy. I love the design of him. I love his new armor, his paint. He's just fantastic. I can't say enough good things about him. Now, I'd like to point out here on his utility belt, if you will, that they sculpted another throwing disc in there. So I think that's really nice. He's got one open in his hand and one on his belt. I think that's totally cool. Let's take a look at his accessories. First, you have his sword, which kind of looks like a laser sword, I guess. I don't know if this red blade here is supposed to accent the fact that it's like a laser beam, or if this is supposed to be red hot or covered in blood. I'm not sure, but I like that on the design. I think it's nice. Now, I'm not sure what the name for this is, but on the package it says it's throwing disc. The only other time I can remember seeing this is in the AVP Requiem movie. I don't think it was in Predator 2, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. Also, be careful, because when I got this out of the package, these little tips here bent. I think it was this one was bent sideways, and I was worried it was going to break. So be careful, guys. And finally, for accessories here, we have his new shoulder cannon. This is probably my favorite shoulder cannon we've ever gotten, because it's fully articulated. It's on a ball joint, and then at the end of the neck here is also on a ball joint, so you can get a wide range of movement when it's put into the Predator's shoulder pack. And I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to get it hooked up here in just a sec. Okay, so we've got it hooked into the shoulder pack, and as you can see, it can move forward and back, side to side, and then it can turn full 360 while it's in there, so he can shoot things to his left or right. Just incredible. I love it. And then it folds back down and looks perfect and flush. Let's go over the articulation on the rest of the figure. The head can move up and down. Well, it doesn't necessarily move up any further than this, but it does move down and then back up. So I'd have to say the head can move down. It does move side to side and left and right. It's pretty much a full range of movement. You can't move 360 though, because the shoulder mount gets in the way. The arms go in and out and back and forth. They slightly bend at the elbow, but because of the wrist armor or forearm armor that he's wearing, you can't move it. You can't bend it very well at the elbow, but it does also swivel at the elbow. And then this arm has the same articulation and same problem with the forearm armor. Both wrists are on a ball joint. Now, his waist, I really like the movement in there. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I guess I would say it's on a swivel joint, because it can swivel right and left. It does have a slight ab crunch, and then it does move left and right. Now, the legs are both on ball joints here at the top, so it can move in and out, back and forth, and it also twists or swivels at the top of the thigh, so you can get them in these new dynamic poses. Double jointed knees, as usual, and the wrists are also, the ankles are also on ball joints. So you can get a wide range of movement on this figure. And of course, now it is time for size comparison. I have the Lost Armored Predator standing next to the Wasp Predator. They are both from the Series 11. They also come in this series with a Dutch figure that's painted to look like the Predators are looking at him with heat vision on. That's a very cool figure also. So not just the Armored Predator with all of his accessories, but also the Wasp Predator with his xenomorph head on his spear accessory, and the way they're painted, the way they're sculpted, all the new armor, articulation, and that Dutch figure. I have to highly recommend Series 11 from the NECA Predator line. It's a must-own. If you're a Predator fan or a toy fan, I'd say get them. Alright, nerds, that is going to do it for me. I'd like to thank you once again for joining me here at Nerd or Die today. Remember, if you like me, my videos, or what I have to say, please share, comment, and subscribe below. Don't forget to like this video. Also, Nerd or Die has a Twitter, Facebook, blog, and podcast, so please check us out there. And as always, stay nerdy, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.